Dallas police are targeting sex traffickers with the help of a survivor and a new campaign on social media. Author and advocate Rebecca Bender joins us with her story and insight into a crime that is so much more common than we'd like to think. I mean, earlier we were talking about the numbers, and the numbers are scary. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you've written a memoir relating your story. It's called In the Pursuit of Love. How did this happen to you?
Yeah, I think, what Sergeant said earlier is so true. Traffickers get to know their victims. It's a grooming and a dating process. We tend to teach our kids a lot about stranger danger, I think, culturally. And while that's important, we also need to teach our kids what to look for when someone is starting to barely push their boundaries. That's exactly what happened with me. I was off going to college, single mom, trying to put myself through school. And a young man, I thought he was just a normal guy I was dating, and slowly got to know my hopes and my dreams, and ended up being not just a trafficker, but really a con artist. They're pretending to be someone they're not. So it's so important to make sure to look for not just red flags, but also how to teach your kids what to do when your boundaries are being tested, not just stranger danger.
Yeah, the numbers: 400 Dallas teens sold for sex each night, 70,000 minors victims of sex trafficking in Texas. What do we need to do to stop this?
I mean, there's so many ways to fight human trafficking. I would say we have a lot going on in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So get to know the local nonprofits, join a task force, get to know red flags. We need to teach the next generation, not just how to be safe and look out for one another, but we've really got to start targeting demand reduction, policy change. There's so many ways to get involved and so many opportunities to do so.
Okay, so talk about this new campaign. Basically, it's interesting because the Dallas Police Department is turning to social media. They are going to be posting images like this one. They're working with influencers, those on TikTok, those on Instagram, those who have a pretty big voice, especially when it comes to younger people, right?
Yeah, we're really excited to be working with influencers and the Lerma agency and DPD to get out red flags on human trafficking. What to look for when someone slides into your DMs. What are they going to say? How should you respond? We're really excited to get all of the red flags out there just so that we can start sharing more of this information. I mean, not only are the 400 people here in Texas locally trafficked every night, but we work with thousands of survivors just like me. My story is not unique. There's hundreds of us that have been lured by someone that we thought we knew and trust, and then suddenly in a really dangerous situation where then force, fraud, or coercion pressure us or physically abuse us to do something that makes them money. And so it's really concerning that we have to start talking about pulling that thread much further back and how to really teach kids the red flags. Young people, not just children, but up to 25 years old, young people as a whole need to know the red flags of when you're dating a trafficker.
No kidding. All right. You can find a link to Rebecca's podcast, by the way, books as well, at fox4news.com. Thank you for sharing your story. I always say if it helps just one person, then it's worth it, right?
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
All right.